situations. And I believe that their strategy is to just use that snowball effect of getting those kills in the mid game and trying to leverage the amount of kills. Not really worrying so much about the end game, but more just to get on the board and stay consistent just through kills.
Yeah, JDG are rocking in here the shipwreck just to pick up the Solum, so hopefully, or the Fireflies. So they're making those rotations out there, and hopefully to see what that kind of comes out here for those Akka's opportunities to be met. Now TE, they're rushing down here from Victim's Haven. They're looking for anybody that's looking that look to spawn here for those Fireflies and then clashing them for those X marks. They see that it's been picked up. That's in Han's favor to say, hey, there ain't no Fireflies here. It's already been picked clean. Now, Victim's Haven shows WBG here, but also to the vicinity towards the Zest Winery with KLA picking up those Fireflies too. So any one of these teams could be ready to go, find the elimination, pick up the Soul Bloom, have the ultimate ready, and it's on slot mode from there on if it's given to the right person. But it also comes down towards whether or not they want to take the opportunity of putting themselves out there, even where, like, if, for instance, Transformers are here, right? We see this the Sand comp coming through for the Sandformer, where QGG here is on the Temi, right? If the Temi ult isn't active first, or if he wasn't able to find the Firefly first, this could give them a lot of trouble against those snipe comps of the assassinations coming after like Lucha and Tessa, for instance.
Yeah, the Temi for Sandmech ends up being a very, very stressful position because you end up being one of the prio targets, and you end up being the main counter to Viper because your F1's able to iframe the actual stun. Now, a lot of these Vipers are V3, so you end up having to like perfect space, line of sight, pop your Temi wall to try to split up that burst. Same thing with Feria with the V3. It's kind of like a makeshift way to deal with Viper. That's why you saw Sandmech really phase out of the meta and teams move on to just traditional Transformers. Outside of Holoroth. On Holoroth, Temi is just so big for creating space for the Monk. But it's really hard to play Sandmech in that early and mid game. It is very vulnerable to a lot of the fast-paced compositions. We're going to see BBE versus JDG's Kiki. Poking down, but Voihe jumping immediately in on the Viper. Gonna pop the V3, wants to secure this key. F3 gonna put it in a tech case situation. Dropping down from the top ropes. We're seeing BBE get staggered right now, but the ult is gonna come out from Tessa. Temi on the surprise attack coming out from JDG is gonna take down Tessa. Ivan just gets assassinated from JDG. Roy Hihi wants to finish off his target, but is not able to. The Wuchen's going to point them out into the tree, but the Tessa ult is going to reveal their location. JJH, his team, is coming in with the fourth party. So many teams on this outskirts now. JDG's JJH Godlike on top of the Takeda, keeping on top of him. Doesn't want him to get a reset. Doesn't want to get that armor reset. Full trio team now consolidating on top of Takeda, looking for the follow-up, getting the kill, and now BB on the outside. So many teams here now, and Wolves from the top ropes. V1 Ning from above, gonna go for the stagger, but Wu Chen does react in time and port them out to safety.
Yo. EG was just like, I sense something in the distance, right? Coming through here, and Zen just dropping down there. The pushes coming out here for seeing all of these teams are just impeccable right now. Zem is getting caught to this enchant, gets caught to the stanchion right then and there. As Zem is gonna be caught through for the enchant. The RMBs come out here. EG still has port ready to go here, but he's not looking for this. He's looking to try to lock down the DBE, and that's gonna be the eliminations from there. It's kind of crazy what we saw. JDG's lone Kurumi was able to come through here and being by herself. Then her teammates show up. It turned the fight around for where BBE were able to look forth and turning the fight to their favor. JJH comes in sneaky to try to look for that third party, and then Wolves comes in as the fourth party to come this through, and we're not even stopping there. This fight is still happening. Wolves just came back even for some blood, and I think they're thirsting for it.
And Wolves wants this 200 bomb. JJH's Godly and crew has their work cut out for them. They don't have any ults to their name. They only have white armor. The V1's going to be invested by Wolves. What can they really do? Godly last second able to focus slide out of that situation, but Wolves on their heels. They smell the blood in the water. They want to eat some red meat. They want this 200 bomb, but JJH is doing a great job of fending off this pressure. Now Wolves able to take down one of them, but the V1 is going to come out. Nice job from XCM to deny the stagger, deny the pressure. Tessa with the peel into the LMB, and now Flames is going to get a sequence of light attacks to take him down. Great job from Wolves. ZK on the Tessa to save his Viper from that sticky situation.
This is that great utility aspect when it comes to Tessa ultimates, right? Usually you're going to see Tessas to, like, you know, lock down to enemy teammates for their Viper to consolidate for a, you know, 2-for-1 type ordeal. But using your ultimates for support like that comes to full value as well, guys. Like, you take a look into seeing about what happens, right? Wu Chen is that support point where he is also one of the more important roles, but Tessa follows suit for that because her ultimate cast at 55% rage proves to the point where if you can cost out for one cast ultimate, you can hold on to it as long as you can, and in situations where your teammate could be cut elimination. Because let's say if the elimination happens and all of a sudden the soul bloom gets picked up, that enemy combatant can just turn the fight around. They can get 1,000 heal back coming back from that soul bloom, and that could turn it around. So for finding those opportune moments like that, Raven, I think Tessa proves to be one of those main slot positions where, you know, you mentioned, like, you know, position 1, position 3 type gamers, and I think she can take positions 1 and possibly even to 2 for that, you know, for what it's supposed to be worthwhile.
GG. No surprises here. The cave dwellers of the north. It seems like GG really likes the north of all maps. They've been landing there for as long as I've seen it. GG. The cave always spawns those fireflies, even though it's evening, even if it's daytime. There's always a series of fireflies in there. Now in the south, we're gonna get FPX versus OUG. This is a very corner. I actually used to land here as my first landing spot, just super low key. And Sinyu gonna pop his V3, try to put on the pressure for the FPX, but the Moonbane is gonna come down, and now Sinyu stuck in the corner. The Wu Chen port is gonna come out, dragging them to safety. Nice port coming out from, I guess Yu is on the Wu Chen. I don't see the King right now. OUG's team is just so dynamic with who they're willing to sub in and get practice and just rotating compositions, trying to eke out every little bit of performance. Now FPX hot on their heels, chasing them down, but OUG's making their way to the corner, making their way to a no ult zone. Great job by them, but Corki is able to get that max range. Tessa ult now. OUG's Yu is going to get staggered right now. He's going to get hit by a big RMG from Corki. Great peel coming out from OUG, but the Blistering Edge doing a massive amount of damage, cleaving all of OUG. The burn damage doing a lot, but OUG coming in hot with the peel. Yu is able to get a parry onto Corki. He's gonna bring this down to a 2v2 situation. This is where OUG signs the clutch moments, just like this. 2v2. Sinyu looks for the parry, gets a light attack. Great peel coming out from Xiaoyu. The Wu Chen trying to get the peel, but Yu is able to come out with another flank, taking down the kill, and Xiaoyu is going to port his team out of here. But OUG's SS is going to get the res. They're going to get the first one. Will they get the follow-up? Clutch play coming out from OUG.
Massive chances there for that Forbidden Seal to Grief, and gave the opportunity for that reset, and OUG coming back out here on top. Now WBG in their position as Zyphin Comp finds eliminations against JDG, eliminating them from this lobby this round. This is JDG's second day of playing. They're at 87.3, so far they have a good position so far for the lead, but anything can happen to day 3. I'm not constantly cursing that, but we are going to go back to the Shadow Jade Mine. BBE is looking to try to look for the value off of the V3, with V3 coming out from Jingyu. OUGU found the port to be more valuable for them in this instance. Now, Jingyu has himself no more grapples, so right now we see SS left by his own lonesome, and RB gets caught to the Foxfire while Ben is looking to try to lock this Tessa down. But of course, there's also those teammates to come back into the fray of things. We know the Viper doesn't have an ultimate cast, but she does have F3, so with it, we're going to see SS get eliminated as a result. And, you know, Ro Yang fight happening out here, TE against 521, and with 521 actually having Pampy on full sword duty, this is where it's going to be met. We're seeing the Zyphin and the Sandbox comp into this round, Raven, and you can see the ultimates are being casted.
Pampy and crew, Temi ult's going to be invested, but they don't want to invest the Takeda ult yet. Tough position for TE right now. They're trying to get value on the Zai, but as soon as Pampy hits his ultimate, he's gonna be in a world of hurt. Pampy does hit the ultimate. Batari is going to respond. F3 is going to be invested. Kurumi also going to deny some of that pressure from the F3, and now we're back to phase 3, really stalling out everyone's single ultimate, but Takeda still has 2 more shots to his name. TE's LYD is going to take a massive damage off the shot, but he's able to ice off the pressure again. Now Yin with the F3, keeping Pampy nice and healthy. LYD with Matari doing God's work, trying to create some space, trying to create some flanking angles for his team. Now going to pour it out as well. Now 5-2-1, staying as a squad, able to just cleave TE down. And this is what I was worried about, the Xiphon comp. I just felt that, like, if you don't have a gold F versus Takeda, the F3 is really, really good for these pickouts, for the nice third parties. But how do you win in the long run? If Takeda just holds his ult and, like, you don't really have an answer to the Temi wall. So Temi counters Zai, Takeda waits, and Matari definitely does not beat Takeda ult. So how do you win in the long run?
Yeah, I don't think there's much much win value out of that. I mean, even with Matari ultimates for those backstabs, even Temi can counteract that, because Temi's circle can just be caught in the way of the backstab, and guess what? She's floating down, and there's nothing that can save her at that point, because the R&B pole sword swing comes down, and then there's nothing that she can really do to, you know, guard this through. But GG working their magic through here in getting a stash to be bought. And with this key, they're looking to unlock this box. Wolves is rushing towards this stash. This stash had a lot of poison shrooms inside of it. So things can happen. It'll be basically because of that. Tessa ultimate comes out from Wolves. They miss all the targets inside of this. And now we're going to see a Viper ult coming out from Zem as the V1 proc comes through. Zem is looking to lock down a person, but they look to CGS, and CGS finds the bush, finds the V3 ultimate for that way shot. And now it's not where a place where the Transformers can go inside. This is working before and after between both opponents. Wolves have not much of an issue except for these poison shrooms. That's the biggest point to be made. Weishan dropping right through here. CJS is losing all of his health. Every single bit of his health is gone. He's got himself to try to get towards where the Furious Shen is, and the Wolves is looking to try to re-engage, disengage everything with a sword. LXM gets caught into the Tessa enchant, procs out the ultimate for the tether to try to look for a teleport. And I guess it didn't happen, because now Zem gets a full level 3 pole sword swing and looks for level 4, but it's not going to happen for that pole sword RMB. And you can see how much Zem is just putting the pressure. This Draco Storm, though, is exactly what you say, man. This is exactly what Raven's been saying. The moment that Draco Storm comes online, there is nothing going to stop the amount of pressure with the ticks and the heals and everything in between. And with that, Wolves are making this happen for themselves, and the port out gives them the necessary reset as EG looks to get the team out before the third party KLA drops in.
And KLA finds a really good third party here, and they're the one composition I was saying, sir, that can take down Draco Storm. They got a monk. They just need to get some double grabs. They got the nice terrain. No old zone usually is around that area. I didn't get to see if there's a no old zone in that area. Looks like KLA is going to back off. They missed the third party opportunity, but that close quarters with Draco Storm is just brutal for GG. Rare misstep, a little bit greedy with their macro, but if you find the timings when these macro teams are trying to power spike, and you're, even if not doing a little bit better than them, that's the timings you're trying to look for. That's the timing attack that you need to achieve victory in these lobbies, to get a leg up on your competition. We're seeing Wolves again. It's looking like they're about to hit the 200 bomb serve. They're at 199, up to 10 kills. They're just absolutely shredding the lobby. They are on point with all of their tactics, especially early and middle game. Now, OUG still doing super well, too. What were you saying, sir?
I was at 0.5 now. they're half a
0.5.
point. They're half a point. They I saw TE actually got eliminated. Han was the last remaining teammate, and once I saw that number go up to 0.5, I'm like, oh man, we about to cross the boundary, and this gives Wolves enough time here to look for this, but at the same time, right, KLA can really put that pressure through. With the Tianhai, we might have to see the Sunvale Dwelling fight, because they are up against FPX, a tether, as QGGs want to get caught out here. Is going to see whether or not this is going to be of best value. KLA 17S finds that Fairy Shen Beacon to the works. It looks for the cannon shots immediately, and this Tianhai ult coming out to try to lock down everybody. There's 10 seconds on Roma Yang depletion. KLA needs to find themselves Soulbloom, because otherwise water goes down. CXZ looking for it, having to hope for that Soulbloom pickup. This is going to be where 17S goes down in 4 seconds. 3 seconds is left. He may not have enough chances, but he looks towards his Tianhai ultimate as a way of trying to deny anyone to try to push this. But of course, Corky, man, living it La Vida Loca, and this is where Raven, this is where if she can make this one out, she can make it alive. And you know, I say that, but I cast cursed it. I'm trying to hide this one out.
You're a super villain, serve, cursing all of these NBPL pros to their deaths. BBE is going to find that kill. Nice job by them to search and destroy FPX's player. Now, Xian Yu making his way into Celestial, not able to get out. Presses the F. Now trying to use the F lift off to get out of there, but BBE surrounds him, takes his soul from his body. Give me those points up. 25 people alive. Game 6. BBE activating right now, and this is their comfort zone. This is where they like to be on that Viper, just swinging very, very fast and violent. Now GG opposite end, KLA opposite end. They like to play that slow and methodical way. WBG having an okay day. They want to have a pop-off day though. Gold armor on the Sleepwalker. Now they're looking to get very active, picking up the remnants of this KLA's team. Now QGG doing a good job of icing off the pressure. WBG doesn't want to just blindly go in, get third party. They're looking around, they're making sure the coast is clear, and they're back to committing against 5 grapple to WBG Sleepwalker's name. They are probably going to get Temmie ult the second they can close out the distance. And great parry coming out from Sleepwalker. He goes for the F3. I fully relate with that. The meteor missing for the mid-air shot. Super satisfying. You landed. A little bit troll when you miss it. I respect that he's going for it. But KLA's QGG, his time is limited. His days are numbered. And he is going to get taken down from Wolves. Walked and ran down by the pack.
It's tough because WBG, like you said, they need a pop-off day to happen, and they were hunting those close down, but the moment that Wolves just shows up there, the test enchant happens for a double down. There is no way for them to look to try to stay there for much longer. But we are going to see DRG here into these final seconds of the fight, I believe so, because WFZ is in this position where he had to use the V1 pounces to come off here. He's the only teammate left alive for DRG. They only have 1 elimination, even though they're 3rd overall, right? We're looking at towards and seeing how these comps can work out into their favor, but it looks like this round is not going to be it as much as it can. We've seen this chase before. We're back into round 3, if I'm not mistaken, where we saw WFZ is running away from JJH, this time against OUG. 2 teams between the both of them where it's not going to be a fun time. Of course, WFZ taking his chances here is going to get eliminated from OUG, and that's going to be the 11th elimination this round for them. And they're near to the Sun Cave, towards this region. They have a lot of ground to make cover, but we are going to see between 2 other teams in the vicinity, Raven, where we have 521, JJH, into this region. Of course, with 6 eliminations, 7 eliminations, I should say, 521 are trying to make this game worthwhile. They have another day of working off, but I'm kind of curious to see what are you thinking in terms of 521's performance between them and, like you said, the foreigners between both 521 and then BBE, you know, where that catch up can be met, because I'm curious to see what your take is on that end.
I mean, 521, their main shortcoming is that they're really strong with Viper comps, but their slow play isn't as strong. Now playing a slow composition on a very fast day, saving it for the last split, and like I was saying, if you save your siphon comp for the last day, it's very rare that you're going to run into the other really strong slow composition. Now GG will play their slow comp on this day with seven kills already and 41.2. We've already reached our benchmark. You want to be around that 40 to 50 point day, because it's going to be, there's no way it's going to be around 100 points to qualify for the top 12. Now, going into Realm of Yang, we're going to get GG versus KLA, 2 titans of the league going at it. CXZ in the Freya ult, already starting the PO. LXM trying to delay versus the Temmie. Nice army's gonna come out. Ult's gonna come out. Temmie's gonna have to fade away. Temmie ult is gonna come out, but the slashes are going through. Great combo coming out from Yushan and Yodo, able to get that 1-2 punch. Now KLA against the ropes. Monk looking for the grab, but nowhere to be seen in that Temmie ult. LXM, the only vulnerable one, and not very vulnerable, using that pillar perfectly to line of sight. Now GG's 3-3-0, putting up the pressure on the KLA. The Transformers consolidate onto that Monk. A Monk with no Kurumi is a sad Monk. Feria is going to get juggled 100-0. And just, you're seeing it right there, sir. What I was saying, a Monk with no Kurumi. It's tough life. Cold world for that Monk. Cold world.
Yeah, 23 degrees Celsius type weather there, or Fahrenheit in this case, because whatever happens down towards not having a Kurumi, it's just not going to have a fun time, especially against that comp. Zemdo doing some work out here and trying to keep this chase off against CXZ, but CXZ get caught in the Tessa enchant, and that's a kind of done ordeal for the Fairy Shen. But Harry coming out as a sneaky QGG with the RMB gives ZK enough chances here for another chance of just deleting a third party to come through here. And for ZK, he needs his Soul Bloom, right? He's at 5%, 6% rage. They need the kill as well, but more importantly, they need to set themselves up for when another team shows up here. And for ZK, this is going to be where that Valley comes out. It looks like Zem, having not a lot of armor to work with, has to take the time to looking for that reset. And the other side of this side of the Ventai Temple, we are going to see KLA, QGG at 200 health. He's looking to try to back off here as BB are looking to lock this one through. 17S activates the Tianhai ultimate, but QGG goes down, CXZ goes down. 17S is the only person left alive for KLA into this round and could get focused down here, Raven, as a result, and decides to just call it quits and go into the zone because he does not want to give any other teams the necessary points for value unless he is looking for that res.
Oh. Wolves up to 12 kills. OUG up to 11 kills. It's been an absolute slugfest. 22 people alive, 9 minutes left. Lobby is getting thinned out really, really quickly right now. And Wolves, they hit the 200 mark. They made it across. I have to go back and really look at what Wolves' big adjustment is for them to have such a stellar performance during these qualifying rounds. Now, with the new glyphs and everything, there is a lot of optimization that's still to be had. We're still very early into this new meta. Looks like KLA 17S able to survive with a sliver of health, sliding in, trying to get displacement points for his team. Sleepwalker has an inkling, looking in the corner, thought he saw some motion, but 17S being really, really quiet. Sleepwalker staring exactly to where he was. Baige kind of poking around, seeing if he sees someone, but 521's team showing up, distracting to them. Their senses were going off. They're like, something is amongst us. A free kill is somewhere. I can feel the free kill in my bones. Unfortunately, KLA's 17S is not going to be spotted by them, but he does have to fade so many T's around. All the grapple's going to come out. JJH is going to activate. Can 17S find is a sliver of health? The grapple stacker is going to come out. Light attack comes out, and JJH's Godlay is going to come in with the swoop and pick up this kill.
You know, it's interesting. Morano's just jump hopping towards him. You can see he's just like, all right, man, I know you're at one, you're a sneeze away from death. That's okay. You know, take it easy. And Morano just coming through there. It is interesting to come through back into the zone. It was a miraculous play from 17S to find that rotation out, but without supplies into the end games like that, like, there's no chance for him to pick it up from dead bodies. There's so many enemies in the vicinity for him to kind of worry about. But OUG here rocking themselves into the department for just rocking around here into the cliffside. GG are opting in for this Spirit Well and getting Kanta, test it, and chant this early on. Not what they're kind of hoping for. CJS had to force Weishan ultimate as a result once they claimed it. LXM finding that gold armor for themselves, and obviously right now the dreadful wail that LXM is now proceeding to showcase to the whole world for anyone that's looking through the windowsill in. It will be interesting as the Yodohime for themselves, as CGS does no longer have this ultimate now. GG's LXM gets Constance Enchant, and inside of this building, we are going to see whether or not this teleport is going to happen, and it is not. LXM gets caught into the R&B. He's going to be locked through in this position of the Dragon Slayer as well, and after the pushback with Fat Milk finds these eliminations, BBE catching these eliminations, number 8 into this round, are locked in with the Farius Shen with the cannon mode engaged. Ben is one shot away from Engage, probably even going to get burned out, but not going to be the happening unless CGS says otherwise, and with the R&Bs, this is going to force out BBE. The port out is coming through, and the clutch plays Raven with the Wu Chen is always a pleasure to see.
And GG making it in this end game on the cannonball, but Feria in those close quarters just not getting as much value. Too many sharp angles. The brawling comms, the close quarter comms, having a ton of success over here. Pampi with his gold ultimate on the Takeda, finding some kills over here with the crossbow, picking up his brother. BBE, one of the foreign teams of Fat Milk, is going to go down, and WBG is going to activate with their Zai, trying to pick up kills. Sleepwalker going in hot, trying to find an opener. He is going to get hit in the back by the Wu Chen of Wolves. EG barely taking any damage, so that melee resistance doing a ton of work for him. Wolves picking up some kills over here on the edge. 15 people alive, 80% Moonbane in. Wolves activating a little bit, just only the Zai ultimate, just seeing what they can get with a nice little bit of third party, eating up those soul blooms. But Wolves on the high ground now. ZK switching out the cannon, going on to the Viper. You want to run all of your ultimates through these Vipers for this end game. Really, really good area for Viper. Sleepwalker is going to get caught out. Tessa ult's going to get invested. Nice meteor from Sleepwalker to get away from that situation, try to survive, play some placement. He does have gold armor. Sleepwalker still running away from Wolves. Wolves does not mind rotating through the map to pick up this one kill, but Sleepwalker is not going to go easily as this free kill. He does go under the roof, tries to get away. He's not able to get away. The jabbing is going to come out from the zipping. The Temi ult is going to be invested. And now Wolves a little bit on the back foot, with tunnel visioning this kill. Now in a tight position, but they are going to get ported out by Wolves EG and reset to live to fight another day. 4 days or 4 teams alive, 13 people alive. Wolves up to 15 kills, 208.5. OUG up to 12 kills at 81.6. Now, it is only OUG's first day. It is only JJH's first day. So they're still having monster games. 5-2-1. Can they get more out of this? If they end this day with a nice big win, they're going to be feeling good going into the game too. It's always nice to do well your day one so you can pick off where you left off, really tighten things up moving forward. But JJH has the god position over here, raining down lots of cannon shots. But going into this last little bit, who do you think is gonna take this, Serve?
I think honestly, if anything comes out towards the position, OUG has a great opportunity of just catching everyone out, as long as it doesn't come down towards the benefit of people not focusing on Takeda from 5-2-1, considering how much is built out. Zem finally, Wolves find Sleepwalker, right? By finding him out there after they chase him for so long, they find him out, but is it at the cost of their own lifespan? Because now we're going to see a double enchant happen here, as Zem is going to be caught out here, and no cannon shots are going to be being slammed across this corner of the ridge. But we're going to see EG getting locked from that Temi Wisp, and he still has enough time to kind of back off there as a result. Now Wolves having their opportunity here, looking for the reses, looking for the regen here with their armor bar, are still not going to let up the pressure. They're going to continuously push this one down. They're going to see another enchant coming out here. ZK gets caught out here from Pampa. The 1-2-3 coming from this point. 5-2-1's eliminated from this lobby for this round. OUG dropping in here with a gold longsword, and with the longsword beams, it will do a detrimental amount of HP damage just outright. And they look towards the port. They find Wolves, and as a result, we're going to see them get locked out here for OUG. They're just looking to try to anticipate the stone form, the blue focus throws, and with it, they're not even going to have to worry about that. The Sobloom pickup comes out, and Jingyu loses the explosive armor, has himself to force his own team to look for the port out, as Jingyu gets himself for a heal back. Those cannon shots aren't letting up Raven. This is going to be where we're going to lose Jingyu due to the amount of damage, unless the team looks for it. But golly, with those majestic cannon shots coming from the backline.
Majestic cannon shots indeed, sir. We're coming down to the last like 5 people alive. OUG versus JGA. Moran, though, down to a 1 HP situation. This is where you shines. Can he find the kill? He brings it down to a 2v2. How does my man always do it? How does he clutch it up for his team in these big moments? He is gonna, SS is gonna get chopped down, and now you in a 2v1 situation again. Versus F fades away, looks for the focus attack, is gonna get surrounded. The one charge is gonna come out. They're not gonna shy away from the moment. JJH is gonna clutch it out. I could see them, they're a little bit nervous. They're like, you know what? It's